Have you always wondered how to grow your favorite delicious tomatoes from seed? Today I will be showing 7 visual steps how to grow your favorite tomato plants from seed in about 5 weeks. Hi, I'm Charles, the visual educator, and before showing you the steps, I will show the materials that are needed. First, tomato seeds. When buying your favorite tomato plant seeds, a question that many people have is, what is meant by 60 or 70 days for tomatoes? The number is the average number of days from when the young tomato plants are planted in the garden until the first fruit. Second, potting soil mix such as this Miracle-Gro from the garden center, and don't use garden soil because it may contain plant diseases. Third, cell packs. Cell packs are where the seeds are planted. Cell packs range in different number of cells. This cell pack has 4 cells, this has 6 cells, and this one, which I will be using, has 18 cells. It doesn't matter the number of cells, but what matters is the correct depth and square size for healthy plant growth. You want a cell pack that has at least a 2 1/4 inch depth and at least 1 1/2 inch square. Fourth, trays are an option you have for placing cells packs into. If you want added protection in the house from water possibly leaking from the plastic wrap around the packs, then get trays without holes that fit in your cell packs. I will be placing my cell packs in trays that have holes, but I will be placing plastic garbage bags under the tray for protection. Fifth, saran wrap. Finally, large enough container that cell packs can fit into for watering. Also, start your plants 2 weeks before your last danger of frost. In my area, the first frost-free date is around May 16th, so I will be planting the seeds May 2nd. If you do not know your first frost-free date, go later to my video description. Step 1. Placing soil in packs. Most potting soil that comes in a bag is slightly moist and does not need any added water to start. A moist soil has a dark color and feels moist, but a dry soil has a light gray color and feels dry. If the soil is completely dry, sprinkle some water in the soil and mix it. It is not necessary to overwater the soil to make it waterlogged because it makes it harder to work with. Place some soil on the top of the packs, then smooth it out with your hand so the tops of all cells are uncovered. Step 2. Planting the seeds. You have 2 options. First option, place 2 seeds in each cell and slightly poke the seed in the soil to cover. The reason for planting 2 seeds in each cell because if one does not sprout, the other will. If you want, you could always prune out extra plants out later after they are growing. Second option, place 2 seeds in each cell, and when finished, sprinkle enough dry soil over the top of the seed to just cover. Dry soil is recommended because it crumbles into small pieces and it does not clump up when placing over seeds. Step 3. Watering the planted seeds. First, put 1 to 2 inches of water into a container. Mix some warm water with the cool tap water because tomato seeds like warm water. Be sure the container you are using is large enough for packs. Then set the pack in the container until you see water on the surface. If all the cells are not wet after a few minutes, fill the palm of your hand with water and gently put water over the dry cells. Then remove the planted seeds from the container. Step 4. Wrapping packs with saran wrap. Before wrapping packs, make sure the water stopped dripping. With individual packs, set on top of the plastic wrap with 1 inch of plastic wrap over the edge and start wrapping along the long side as many times as it takes so the plastic wrap hangs over the sides, and then cut with the scissors. Also remember that germinating seeds are living things and need oxygen. So when wrapping around trays, just wrap around the long side and don't wrap over the ends so germinating seeds get oxygen. The germinating seeds will get enough oxygen with the plastic wrap when slightly tucked on the ends. With a square cell pack, do the same as above and just wrap around one side. With cell packs and trays, do the same as above. If tray is half full, just wrap a little more than halfway. Step 5. Finding the proper place to start or germinate seedlings. Planted tomato seeds doesn't require light to germinate, and try to keep the packs away from direct sunlight because the plastic wrap can trap the heat and make it too hot. Perfect germination temperature for tomato plants is 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 to 26 degrees Celsius. In the house, you don't have to store them where pets or children can get into them. Places I have stored them is high off the ground where hot air rises, such as on top of my kitchen cabinet. Today I will be placing them in my washroom on the floor next to the washing machine with heating duct on the ceiling, and the door closed keeps the room at around 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Before placing the tray of plants in the room, I first place plastic garbage bag on the floor so the floor doesn't get wet, and then I place the tray on the floor with the door closed. Step 6. Watching for germination. It will take 5 to 10 days for tomato seeds to germinate. When you notice 30% of the seeds germinating, immediately remove the plastic. After removing the plastic from the packs, you will notice the soil is still wet because the plastic wrap over the tray kept the soil moist. Don't water the packs yet. Step 7. Acclimating plants. Acclimating plants is getting the plants ready for the outdoors. Over a 7-day period of acclimation, my plants went from young germinating plants to beautiful small green plants. Here is an outline of what I do over a 7-day acclimation period. On the first day, I expose the plants to a shady area. On day 2, expose the plants to 1 to 2 hours sunlight. On day 3, 2 hours of sunlight. On day 4, 3 to 4 hours sunlight. Day 5, 4 to 5 hours sunlight. Day 6, 5 to 6 hours of sunlight. Day 7, full day of sunlight. During acclimation and any time after acclimation, if there is a danger of frost or temperature go below 50 degrees at night or hail, bring the plants inside. Frost, cool temperatures, and hail can severely injure or kill tomato plants. Also, winds 15 miles an hour and greater can kill young plants. If windy, place plants in a sheltered area or bring them inside. After a few days acclimating outside, the soil will begin getting dry, and this is the time to water the plants. I avoid hurting the delicate plants and the seeds that are still germinating with a heavy stream of water. I water the plants the same way I previously did, by dipping the packs in a larger container, or if you have a mister and you prefer misting, then mist them. Warm water isn't needed for watering anymore. After the plants look mature enough, like this, they can be sprayed with a sprinkler. After 5 weeks, you will have young, healthy plants to plant in your garden. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button right now, and I will keep you up to date with my latest educational videos. See you later.